Hi, this is Ken Kaplan from the New England Motorcycle Museum, and today I have one of Dwayne Carlisle's classic BSAs. He had a collection of 7 of these BSAs and 1 Norton, and this one's being put up for sale. He's owned this bike since the late 60s. Again, this is a 67 Spitfire Mark III. This was the high-performance factory, pretty much like a factory racing engine. They ran these in the motocross bikes and in the street bikes. I could be, from my recollection, they had a close ratio 4-speed transmission and high compression head. That's what the difference on the Spitfire. This particular bike, Dwayne had modified it back in the 60s, typical period correct, 3-inch extension on the front end, buck-horn bars, a peanut tank, and a flat seat. The frame was painted fire engine red, the black oil tank with the Spitfire 650 logo on it. Has the twin ammo carbs with the polished velocity stacks and a set of dual exhaust and cherry bomb mufflers. The frame is all original on this bike. Hasn't been cut or altered anywhere to my knowledge. Again, just the front end is extended and the front fender removed, typical chopper bobber of the 60s, which is a style that's kind of coming back now. If you look closely, come around this side here, you can see these are the original BSA shocks, and they've been inverted upside down, kind of give it like an edgy, newer style look. The chain and sprockets are in good shape. The rear brake seems to be in good condition. The original, I believe these are the original aluminum factory rims, are in good condition. The rear fender, I believe that's been modified. I'm not sure. I think they actually shortened it and brought it up, tilted it up forward here a little bit. Also, I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure the fenders are modified. It's got a custom number plate on it. Battery box is right behind here. We bought the bike into the service department, did a compression test on it, had 170 pounds on the left cylinder and 155 on the right. So the top end appears to be in good condition, might need a valve adjustment. It kicks over nicely. There's no, seems to be no issues with compression, but the bike is not in running condition right now. It needs a wiring harness. It's gonna need a full wiring harness. And a carb rebuild, clean out the tank. It might even need a new petcock and some fuel lines. I'm not sure exactly because we haven't tried to resurrect it and get it running. It's been parked since the early 80s. So the bike's been sitting for, geez, almost around 30 years. So, but it kicks over nicely. I'll kick it over for you now. So it's got good compression. Again, we did a compression test on it. It checked out 170 on the left and 155 on the right. If you take a close up, you see these are velocity stacks on the original ammo carburetors. I believe it's a custom headlight mount also. Very cool looking bike, ready to go into your museum or your man room, or bring it in and put a new wiring harness on it and go through the engine, get it dialed in, and you got yourself a cool retro BSA. I have the blue book. I did a little research this morning on the blue book value. The 67 A65S Spitfire Mark III has a number 1 condition of $11,675, number 2 of $7,450, and number 3 of $4,660, and number 4, which is basically a pile of parts, is $2,435. So absolutely a bike worthy of putting some sweat equity into and restoring mechanically and either cosmetically returning it to stock or going with the custom look that he has here.
And it's going up in value.
So. Oh, it's absolutely going up in value. These vintage bikes are outpacing the stock market as far as their value, and they're a hell of a lot more fun than watching a 401k go up and down, that's for sure. It's got some cool graphics on it. It's got a BSA Birmingham BSA motorcycle, shows the British Small Arms logo here. British Small Arms Co. Birmingham. Nice custom 650 logo on the front. Made in England sticker on the side here. Nice number 1 on the side here. It's got the British racing flag on the side here, covering up a small hole in the fender on both sides. It's definitely not a what I call a world-class paint job. It's more of a homeowner's paint job. It has a nice shine on it. It's been clear coated. There's no clear coat over the graphics, but it's got a cool set of Spitfire 650 and BSA graphics. So definitely a cool driver, and a ton of potential to take it in any direction you decide or you see fit. If you have any questions about the bike, give us a call, 860-454-7024. If you want to come take a look at the bike, we're here pretty much all the time. So we can ship this bike anywhere in the country for about $500 or so through haulbikes.com. I'll leave anything up, Kenny? Or did that pretty much cover everything?
I think that's everything, Ken.
Anything you want to add, or that pretty much sums it up?
Pretty much there.
So just a really cool looking bike, definitely head turner. All the guys in the shop thought the thing was pretty badass looking. We have about a 6-month backlog on restoration, so we don't have time to do the wire and harness or go through the bike and get it running. The other thing I did note is somebody had drilled through the shifter, so the shifter shaft here may be stripped out. It might be the wrong shifter, I don't know. But it does go in and out of here, but it may need a new shifter shaft. So I just wanted to point that out. We try to be as honest and forthright in disclosing any issues we see on bikes, but I wanted to point that out. The rear end is real tight on it. No play in the rear swing arm bearings. I don't think the bike has a lot of miles on it. There's no speedometer, so I can't tell. But Dwayne had a collection of 7 of the BSAs and 1 Norton, all from the 60s. So he had a lot of bikes. He was a contractor, had a big company, so he had a lot of toys. I don't think he rode them much. He just had them in his garage. And how old was Dwayne and his wife? I know his wife was in a wheelchair, so he was.
I think he was like in his 70s.
In his 70s, so he was getting up there in years. They're looking to move to Florida. They sold us the whole collection and some cool memorabilia for the motorcycle museum they donated. So the bikes are going up for sale, and hope they go to a good home. Well, somebody will enjoy them as much as Dwayne and his wife did for the last 40 years, because they used to ride these things around everywhere. So good luck bidding on the bike. I'm going to roll her back into the museum, put her back on display until she goes to the new home. And God bless America. God bless England for making kick-ass bikes like this. Take care.